HALT. If you're feeling hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, listen up. This one's for you today. My name is Ryan Sanders. I'm the owner of Project Fresh, and for over 13 years, I've been assisting people in taking control of their health, optimizing their performance, and building sustainable habits that stick. I'm a certified strength and conditioning specialist, as well as a certified sports and nutrition coach. And I've worked with everyone from athletes to busy professionals, coaching them through the science and the real world challenges that they face day in, day out of their fitness and nutrition. Here I share the stories, lessons, and proven systems that make true wellness possible and long-term wellness possible. So if you saw my hands go flying into the screen here really fast into the camera, maybe it was like a shock effect. That was the goal. HALT. If you are hungry, if you are angry, if you are lonely or tired, oftentimes you might see how that impacts your mood, how it impacts your performance, how it impacts your relationship, how it impacts just about anything and everything throughout your day. I thought this was particularly important to share with you guys. I've been in and out, fluctuating in and out of, I think, a very pivotal time in my life and my work specifically that I haven't quite made the shift in yet. I think there's some things that I'm still learning as well that the Lord wants me to learn in this season and this time. But what's really interesting about this particular season, one thing remains true, and that very simply is the fact that I was very hungry, more or less, but I would say especially I was tired over the weekend, this past weekend. And so it showed me that I really needed to halt. I need to slow things down because otherwise I was just going to crash out even more. And so it's a reminder to myself as well as to share with you guys that it is important to slow things down, to dial things down, to recover, to give yourself what you need, food, rest, however you recover in your life, whatever recharges your batteries. Very important to stop, hit the pause button, halt, and do that recovery time. So some very simple things to cover for each of these. Hungry really is very simple. A lot of times we very much undereat, and it's not just about Ryan. I thought I was eating enough. Why am I always hungry? Well, I would say, are you eating enough calories? Are you eating enough protein? Is the timing of your food appropriate? Maybe some supplementation would be ideal. That would be addressing the hungry. Okay. As far as the A in HALT, which is angry, well, there's a lot of different reasons why we could be angry, right? From unaddressed issues to dealing with other people who are very difficult, to being hungry, right? The H could lead into the A, hungry long enough to become angry. And we all know what that's called, right? Hangry. And so whatever may be the challenge around the anger, obviously, we're not psychologists, or psychiatric support here. So if there's anything, there are counselors, in that sense. If you need someone who is a professional care provider in the mental health around anger is actually a byproduct, a secondary emotion, which oftentimes happens to be spurred on from something else, which could be many different things. And so that's not up to us. We don't coach in that, but we can say I've done a lot of work for myself, with others, where I have that general knowledge. But anyway, if you are angry, then it is definitely time to look at what it is that's causing that and halt so that you have that opportunity to address it. Okay, so we got to deal with that anger in a positive and healthy way. Lonely is very much a big one these days. That's the L in HALT. We've talked about loneliness quite a bit. We've talked about particularly how the Surgeon General has multiple times in a row proclaimed a, I think, pandemic, if you will, around loneliness and more specifically anxiety and just mental health and the challenge of men, younger men, who are very alone and dealing with that. And loneliness can be solved in a lot of different ways. If you're more introverted like myself, maybe that might be a little bit harder to get yourself out there into the world of other people. So if you have a close friend or someone that you are that you do like to be around, do that. You don't necessarily have to be around people to be around people or be with people to be around them. So, for example, I know some people like to go and people watch, right? So they'll go and they'll sit at a window where there's a lot of high foot traffic and just watch and observe people. And they seem to get a kick out of watching human behavior and people do things, people you don't know. You could be in a library or a coffee shop around others, maybe not directly engaging with them, but I know for some there's that calmness, that what would I say? There's that sense of belonging, just being around people in general, not necessarily engaging with them, but being around them. Now, if you're on the other side of the spectrum where you're very much extroverted, you're like, that is not enough. I need to connect with people. Well, go put yourself into a scenario where you're going to be able to connect with people. For some reason, I see that salsa is having a kick. I've heard or seen something related to, excuse me, salsa or taking salsa lessons or classes probably 2 or 3 different times in the last week. And so that is a great way to engage with other people, to learn how to move your body like that. It's very fun. I can't dance, so it's not so much fun for me. But that, is just an example to how you can address loneliness and get connected with people on both sides of the spectrum, whether you're more introverted, more, inward, or extroverted, more outward. Those are 2 different things you can use to assist you on the loneliness factor. The last one is tired. Now, for me, it wasn't just that I was sleepy and I needed rest. I needed to literally spend a prolonged period of time shutting my brain off. I had the whole weight of the world on my shoulders, didn't get taxes done in time, didn't get a lot of other things done on top of a very busy week last week. So by the time I got to Saturday, after having about 4 sessions in the morning, I was just tapped out and dealing with some stomach stuff too. And so lack of sleep can cause a lot of different trouble. And so it was not only just getting sleep to recover my body, but it was also allowing my mind to stop and to rest. And I think even today, although I am feeling better, I still think I need some more additional rest. And I think that's going to make the difference. And so we've touched on all 4 of these: hungry, angry, lonely, and tired. But the thing that's really important here, and this plays into a little bit on overall health as well as relationship and the fresh model, very specifically, is that if you do not halt, you're digging yourself a deeper hole. These things can compound upon themselves, and you can find yourself in deeper, more challenging situations. So what I would recommend to do is to really pay attention to when you're in one of these positions and know exactly what will work for you to recharge, rest up, and feel a lot better. We happen to also have a really great resource related to this because I've spoken quite a bit about sleep and food. We have a resource for you related to those to address the hungry and the tired portion of it, so the H and T. So if you are feeling one particular way, let's say the hunger has been a challenge for you, we do have a nutrition guide that's available. So go ahead and put hungry in the comments. If you're on the other side of HALT where it's tired, go ahead and put tired in the comments. We have a great resource related to sleep and recovery for you as well, as far as regenerating the body. So this is Ryan Sanders with Project Fresh. This is our Monday Lunch Live. We do this every week, Monday at 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And if you are just having a hard time. HALT. And for some reason, that one song was it Stop in the Name of Love. It's stuck in my head. Like, halt in the name of love before you break my heart. I don't sing. But anyway, for some reason, that was just like on repeat in my head. But I think it's stop, not halt, but could fit in, right? So anyway, that is our Monday Lunch Live for today. Again, if you'd like to use one of those resources we have for you, H for hungry, go ahead and put hungry in the comments. We'll know that you are looking for that resource, that nutrition guide. For hunger, if you are looking for something related to tired, that is our sleep guide, or actually, this is a resource. It's not ours, but we'll share with you. Drop tired in the comments. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next one. Hope you have a great week. Until next time, take care.